So you guys, I know that this is a hard way to envision how all of you are going to pull off your classes when we don't have the luxury or the necessity to have an intern when you have a huge group like this. So basically, we are going to be doing what she's doing in 1 hour, like by herself. Make sense? But I just want to stress one thing, you guys. This is the most important week of the year. This week is the most important week of the year to make good notes. Good notes, okay? I don't know about some of my other teachers that have been doing this a long time, but when classes start, we get some kids and we fall in love with them and we picture them. Oh my gosh, she is going to be the most darling Belle ever, okay? And we have it in our head that that's who we're casting. And then this day happens and she gets up there and says, I didn't have time to memorize mine because I was really busy with Girl Scouts, and then I had my homework, and then I had this big science project due, and I didn't memorize mine. And I just went, are you kidding? Because not only can I not finish, I cannot ever, even how wonderful she is, give her that part, because everyone in the whole class has seen that she didn't take the time to learn her monologue. She apparently doesn't have a mother that is incredibly supportive to help her. So all of a sudden,
or she's just too busy this year to handle the big
she's
part.
too busy to handle it.
Make her life miserable if you give it to her.
And yours. And the one thing about casting is you can't take back your casting choices.
Or she doesn't think it's a big enough deal, and then she's going to be a snot and give her the part because it's below her to memorize a little monologue. Because I've had that too. They'd be phenomenal in the part, but it was below them to like take the time to memorize this because they knew they were so good.
Not happening. So I just want you guys to remember that making good notes on your sheet is so important. I don't care where you put your notes. Be careful that the kids will never see the notes. But I always write not M, not memorized. That to me means no way, Jose. The other thing that Melody touched on, and I'm gonna take it a little more seriously. When anybody, children, adults, bring their paper up with them, they will use it even though they don't need it.
True.
It's just habitual, where if you have it in your hand, you're going to use it. So I tell them to give me their paper. So don't even let them bring their paper up there, because they will use it, and then and they probably have it memorized. A student that brings it with them possibly has it memorized. Did you guys notice that she gave upbeats that didn't have their part memorized, or they didn't have a monologue? She gave them commercials.
I did see that. It was very short.
That's smart.
She was going over very
You
short.
should.
They were the commercials.
You should
And
because they can't read.
upbeats, I want you guys to be really, really in tune with your kids. There are second graders that do not read, and it is humiliating for them. And it's exactly the opposite of what we want to do for their confidence, for them to get up there and not be able to read in front of their peers. So honestly, I think it's a grand idea. If they didn't take the time, I mean, how many of you guys reminded the parents? I reminded them again yesterday, and then I had parents saying, are you sure it's not next week? No, it's this week.
Pretty sure.
And oh, well, they might not have time to memorize it, but they'll do the best they can. Oh, well, again, that is the parent that you do not want their kid to have the lead, because their parents are not going to make sure that they're rehearsed, and they're not going to make sure they're there, and they're not blah, blah, blah. It tells you a lot. This week tells you a lot about casting. So, but I would also say to those that didn't have anything memorized, I still love you, no worries. You know, don't make them feel bad, because it's not their fault. It's their parents' fault. So don't make them feel bad, but don't give them a 1 minute monologue to learn. But the one thing that you guys are teaching this week is 2 different kinds of auditions. So take your time to explain, especially when you have small groups. Take your time to explain that we are doing a prepared reading, which you will have to do if you are in a play in Los Angeles or New York or in your high school or in your college. You will have to do a prepared reading. That's what our monologue is. Also, no matter where you go, if you audition in London, if you audition on Broadway, you will be asked to do a cold reading. So take time to explain what a cold reading is. And as you noticed, a lot of kids did this, you know, and the thing that Shauna taught me the most about doing a cold reading is that it's a skill that actors, and you guys that have to fill an hour are going to want to talk about this. Actors have to work on their cold reading skills because they have to do it all the time. And so Jim Carrey reads the newspaper every morning out loud. And the weather is, and gets used to doing grab a word and look up. Grab a sentence and look up. That's a real skill. So tell the kids the way that they can learn that and practice that is to read to their younger brothers and sisters. They're using lots of expression. They're grabbing the words from the book. They're looking up with real excitement. And so really work on the cold reading. That's a very important skill that we're teaching this week as well.
You don't read while you're looking at the words. You look, then you look up and talk. Then you look, then you look up and talk.
So it's a real skill, and that's what this lesson is all about, is those 2 different kinds of auditions. Remember, you guys, we teach them about auditions so they know in high school what they... Thank you for writing all that down. That makes me feel so good. Oh, okay. The posters. Let's talk about it real quickly. There's different trains of thought. Let me tell you why we're doing the dialogues. Not only for the cold reading, we are trying to get our students excited for the parts when they get their script in January. They get their scripts the first week in January. So that's a big push to get them to come back. We get kids that drop out after the holidays. So we always try to do things to encourage them to come back and get excited. So make a big deal that these are some of the fabulous parts that are in our script. Our script is almost ready to go to the printer, you guys. It's so cool, but look, we get to do skits from the play. Get them excited, okay? The pictures that Shauna spent hours and hours and hours finding, fabulous addition. The posters, how cool it was that she showed the upper class all the different parts. That was cool. People have different thoughts about the stars. Those of you that are new, let me just reiterate that in January, we will be giving them papers that have the lists of all of the parts after they've had a chance to look at the script. They will be able to circle parts on these papers. And so Melody's taking all those stars home on the posters and then writing down what parts they did.
No, not really.
No?
We did that. I did that last
Will
year.
you talk in the camera?
I did that last year, and I didn't think it was helpful to write down what they put on the star. What I feel like it's doing for them is getting them excited about the idea of playing more than one choice. Like, Belle is not the only choice. There are other fun choices, and getting the thought in their mind that they can have fun on any one of these different 5 parts that they get to choose from. So I'm not making a record of it for myself, it's for them. It's for them to get excited about the possibility of playing more than one part.
Now, Angela made a really good comment to me. Will you?
So she had a question first.
Okay, this is on the subject. Just go ahead.
So, no, just real quick, I was thinking that last year when I did that for my upper class, especially for my upper class, they did truly remember all of the characters that were there, and they were the ones that were not on the script because it got cut. So that's the only concern that I have, is like some of those characters are really not going to be there for a small cast.
In the medium or small casts.
Yeah. So I don't know how to address that. I don't know.
Maybe you
because
just
I
tell-
just don't want to
Maybe you
do.
just tell them that. Just
Yeah,
say, here are
right.
some of the
Just-
possibilities, probably not all of these characters will be in here, but what is like exciting you, because then if there's somebody they're really hooked on, maybe you can share that with Shauna in the next 2 days.
Right.
So that like she makes sure, you know, 'cause-
That we keep that one
but I
in the
think if you
script,
tell
yeah,
them, if we don't
that's-
say that it's hard and fast, but we say, here's some of the potential ones, maybe that helps ease them, so when it's not there.
Because some of them
maybe
were-
the ones without a star on them. You tell Shauna no one wants to be the trash can. You know,
Right.
maybe that's the first one.
That's
But
not-
it
she
depends
can't
what
cut
they're
from-
speaking like
but I
that,
think
like she
it-
can't cut all the parts
Right.
just due to
No,
that. But like if there was one that was like, which most of those will probably stay in the script ones that are great that
Anyway,
way. I don't know, it
I
might
don't know
just
how to fix
help.
it, but it's just, you know, again, there were some of them were just disappointing. Some of the kids
Yeah.
were like, hey, I couldn't find Artemis or whatever it was. You know, it was not on the script, and it was on the poster you showed to me.
And you just be honest and tell them,
Oh, sorry,
we
you
didn't
got
have
cut.
enough
No, I
kids.
did. Yeah, I did. I mean,
We
of
didn't have enough
course.
kids in our cast, so we
Right,
don't get rid
right.
of that part in our play.
Yeah.
I'd way prepare them before.
It's life.
Yeah.
I would just say these are
And speaking
possibilities,
of,
but not for
before
sure.
I get to your question, you guys, this is it. January is the time to get new students in your class. And so everyone needs to get their flyers ordered now. I talked to Kevin today. He has paper ready for our flyers. You guys, this is no joke. This is Christmas time for him. If you want him to do your flyers, you've got to do it now. And I think every single person needs to re-advertise to get our numbers up. And so whatever it is, if you can't flyer the schools, you're gonna blast the town. And I'm telling you, I got so many kids off of cars. When I can't flyer, I do cars. I do parking lot after parking lot after parking lot. I'm just saying,
Movie theater parking lots with all these fun new movies coming out.
yep. And so yeah, you could start advertising in December is what you're saying, to sign up for January. Okay, if you're flyering schools, they have to go out the very first day they come back.
Does Peach Store do it twice?
Yes, if you pay for it.
But we're not
Did we
paying
pay
for it.
No, oh, you have to pay for it again.
You don't want
Oh,
to pay for it,
So there's
Davis.
no refiring in our house.
Unless you
In-
Charter schools.
In canyons,
Yeah.
we'll have to talk. Each district, each district has to talk about what you guys are gonna do. I know that, the
Talk about
teachers
it.
that are in, the teachers that are in,
Want to do it again? Yeah.
what's Taylorsville? Granite. The teachers that are in Granite, I think, are redoing it because it's,
And you can pick and choose what schools you want to do because the price is per school. So if you wanted to do 5 schools, you could do 5 schools.
So you don't have to pay the district fee
That
again?
depends on from district to district. what
Canyons is different. Granite doesn't have to pay
a
the district.
fee, Yeah.
We have to,
We would have to pay that from last week.
Does anyone know what Davis is?
yeah. So we need to talk in each district, but don't wait, you guys. I know we're all thinking ahead to our own families, Christmas and everything, but whatever you get in January is what you're stuck with the rest of the year. And I'm telling you what, casting is very difficult with small casts. So we're gonna plaster it, baby. Plaster it, yeah.
And when you compute it out, like you think $500 is a lot of money, but then if you figure out how many students it takes, and that $500 is paid for if you get 2 students, and then everything you get past 2 students is money that you made. So, you know,
Gravy. Okay, Tamara and Lacey.
Oh, not necessary. My question is, if for this few groups that I have enough kids with no assistant, are we gonna have time for this poster thing next week? If we have to spend all our,
we're doing it both weeks, and you're doing it for one scene the first week and for their other scene next week. So you're doing it both weeks.
so if we don't get to it with the big groups,
So you want to do both scenes next week?
we'll have next week to do at least one scene.
Yeah.
Like,
If
what are
you
you
don't have
planning
time, you don't have time.
What are you planning
I
on
mean-
doing, Ma, in your upper class for
I think because these monologues are shorter this year, we're gonna have a little bit of time left.
My next question, did you send your upper class all the shortened ones?
I did.
That's what I
I
thought.
did too.
I did not for my upper class.
I sent the shortened monologues, and I'm very happy about that. I'm really hoping that some of our big groups can get through it and do these cold readings quickly and fast and fun.
I got through mine last year with short ones.
I think we'll be
shortened all
fine.
mine last year and I got through.
I think we'll
But
be
not
fine.
much else.
No, that's it.
Yeah,
Do the
that was it.
monologues
But I
and
got
skits
through.
and the
But I got through.
Halfway through though, do you do something? You do a dance? Do you
Jump
do
around a little.
It's different every year.
stretch?
My kids like
Play
being together.
fishy.
I mean, my upper class won't, even though I can split them, I'll decipher that, but they don't like to, they love each other. So I'll get done as much as I can. If you put them in a row, it goes fast.
Everybody
Like,
sat
for 5 minutes,
nicely
like
and,
that.
and enjoyed listening to the singing, and this is the same thing. They've got to be loud though. And that room in there is a nightmare for everybody. So it's really, really sad. But keep your rooms quiet, and if you have a microphone, use it.
And if you have new students, give them cold reads.
If you have new students, give them cold reads. I will share with you that I got a happy call today from Miss Patty, who was telling me that this Facebook thing that she paid for, she already got 8 new students from this one Facebook thing that she did.
Is it the ads that's in the new thing?
I
There
think
is a
it
new-
is.
The one that says ad sponsored.
There is a new thing, like, and it comes up at the bottom.
November.
Did she
In
mention how
November,
much it was?
she said like $50.
One time?
And in November, for her to get 8 new students in Las Vegas, they don't have the following that we have.
But have you guys seen, like, at the bottom, there's a new thing on Facebook that pops up, because I've been checking it out.
Have you ever clicked it?
Marketplace, yeah, but it's everything in my area.
Marketplace, that's like a KSL, like a classified
still-
yard
why
sale
can't
site,
you
but
do
you
it?
could do it on there
I
too.
don't know why you couldn't.
I will
And that's
ask Patty
free.
exactly what she did and have her email
Yeah,
it
that
out
is- I think
because
That's free.
she was very excited.
But the sidebar ads are what you can target to go to moms in West Jordan with elementary age kids. That's what's amazing about
It's
those.
pretty specific to everybody, but I think, honestly, you guys should look at the ad thing, try that for your group, because it will target, like, exactly who you say, so like.
Is that free?
If Ken, I think so, if Ken's went under and put like Murray, then it would pull up, like, I only get stuff in like Riverton, Draper, Harriman area, that's all that ever pops up for me, I don't ever, and I'm not sure, I've been trying to, I don't know.
It's pretty cool. I
I'm trying to
listed
figure
something
it out.
on there before and I got a lot of traction on it.
So you just type sell?
Yeah.
Well, there's like-
There's a button for, I thought it was because I was part of so many of the.
You can put pictures up, you can put a description.
That's what I thought it was too, just for advertising.
No,
You can
it's a
put a
new
price.
thing,
It's new in
Facebook.
the last couple.
See, look.
No, I know, but everything I've gotten on there is just.
Let's all
groups
share
that are
everything that we can do.
Oh,
in
no, this is
January.
just
Yeah,
Facebook
that's not-
Marketplace.
Yeah, check out
Free.
that and check out, because that's what I've been trying to figure out, if it was worth it for,
So they like,
if it was more worth it if you guys targeted your own stuff
But yeah,
instead
look,
of
from
like
right
one
here I
big
can
thing.
sell
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Blanket
that's why I
children.
made hers work, because it targeted her area
Unless it-
precisely, instead of just like this random thing, so.
Blanket advertising.
Yeah.
That's not like my.
Okay, real quick, I really would like some of you that have not been a teacher for a long time to come with me and sit in Melody's class and watch how she interacts with the kids after they do their monologue. That's a huge thing, to know how to encourage them, help them, yay for them. But before they do that, I just want to thank Miss Stephanie for an amazing job on the shirts.
She hasn't taken a shower for like 5 days.
I know, and she smells, and it's because she's been working so hard.
I've learned, thank you so much for being patient with me.
Okay.
I will get better, I promise.
So, real quick, everyone gets a new black shirt because, put the camera on her.
Because our cute printer lady just feels bad because the colors weren't as bright, and because personal orders aren't done yet, so she just printed them for us.
okay, so everyone has
I'll
extra
send them in
shirts,
the mail for you guys.
extra shirts to wear at performance time, which is really awesome, so we don't smell like Stephanie.
And they do look better, they're brighter.
Yeah, they are.
They're a lot better. And they say starring instead of
Not
starring.
staring. Instead of
Okay,
staring.
so everyone,
I sent her. a picture.
It's staring.
Staring.
Up with kids staring you. So,
It's
new,
fixed.
new black t-shirt for free for everybody. Personal orders possibly next week.
Yeah. I'm going at the end of
And
the week.
fabulous job by Miss Stephanie. Out of town girls, you're getting yours in the mail. Everybody in this room, please give out your shirts this week. This week. So you have an opportunity to find out any mistakes that were made on your part or their part or whatever.
My part.
Or,
I mean, I've checked and double checked, but I
hey,
mean, it's impossible 100%. So here's the plan. If they can go home this week or next, and then I can know, then I can rectify them, and everything can be done before Christmas. So like, if you have a problem for somebody who's doing Christmas, I hopefully can fix it before, before they're upset. So it gives us a couple of weeks to kind of play around and trade. I tried to trade out some of you that orders were kind of messed up. So hopefully everybody has what they wrote down.
And
But
are they
then
just laid
go
on
from
top of
there.
the t-shirt?
Do you know what I did it a little different? You guys will have to do. So I rolled them
yes.
because
With
I
rubber
like
bands?
I like tossing
Stuff.
them. So your stuff. So it's gonna look weird because you're gonna be like, oh, there's only one T-shirt. Everything's tucked inside
Okay.
and it's rolled and it's rubber banded with the
Amazing.
thing.
Love
so that you
it.
can just
Take
do
Okay,
that.
but-
Small step from us.
Can I just tell everyone about Secret Santa? Okay,
I
you
tried
guys.
to put those on top like this if I saw one, but you look
The
double
Secret
check.
Santas, you guys, please don't blow this. If a parent said they want this to be a secret for their kid, put it in a brown paper bag and put it under your table, and they have to come up to you and get it. Okay? If you don't have brown paper bags, go to Fresh Market and ask them for a few brown paper bags and just put them underneath your table and make an announcement that some of you parents need to come see me after class.
Message them that they're gonna be there, they need to come here.
And
So-
then the good thing is you still have a couple weeks. So if they miss it the first time, you're not like stressing out because they didn't come to the Christmas
Yep.
party.
So
hopefully
make
it
sure
will
you
be
send
better.
home your orders this week, for sure. Girls, yours will be there for next week.
I'm putting them in the mail tomorrow.
Okay. Any questions? I want to watch her upper class monologues. Why? Because I want to know why she cast the way she cast, right? You're going to see some amazing monologues, and then you're going to see some kids in her upper class that you thought were fabulous, and they don't have theirs memorized. Those of you that want to join me, come ahead. Those of you that want to go away, go away. I love you all.